Guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the best budget home gym you can put together for $1,200. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. So in light of the current situation with the coronavirus and everything, I know there's a lot of people out there either A, wishing they already had a home gym, or B, putting one together right now. So I wanted to make this video, and if you were one of those that received $1,200 part of the U.S. Stimulus package that is going out to people now, I'm using that $1,200 as a baseline. But if you just wanted to put one together, you've been meaning to for a while, whatever the case may be, I'm just using $1,200 for this video, just because it's a pretty good budget for the bare essentials for a home gym. And those are like 5 key components that pretty much everybody has to have. This is a little bit geared towards powerlifting, but it's just kind of basic free weight exercises you can do with these pieces of equipment. And those are 1, a rack, 2, a bar, 3, weights, 4, a bench, and then 5, a platform, something to lift on. So to get started, the rack is like the centerpiece, the main part of a home gym. And you basically have a couple options. You could go with like a cage, a squat stand, you could go a combo rack like I have, but for a budget, you're pretty much limited to either a squat stand or a cage. And by squat stand, I mean one that's like one solid piece, not those little flimsy, like $95 squat stands that are independent of each other. You don't really want to go that route. I know it's pretty popular in weightlifting, but it just really limits accessories and things you can do with it. So we're gonna talk about the Rogue SML1 squat stand, and that's a $365 stand, and it's a really solid piece of equipment. It's a really good budget point right in the middle of 300. And then the other thing would be a Titan T3 rack. So that's a budget rack. It ranges from $400 to $575 depending on the depth you get and the height of the rack. So I actually started my gym with a super cheap York barbell, like TDS cage, and I immediately wish I had a better cage. So this is somewhere you really don't want to like scrape the very bottom. You want to at least get into that good middle area, which is probably like $350 to like $500 range. Because like I said, this is the centerpiece of your gym. Pretty much all of your movements are going to take place either in this, like just outside of it, but you're going to be using it the most of any piece of equipment pretty much, other than maybe the barbell. So that leads us next to the bar. So basically, like I said, you're going to be using the bar all the time. This is another area you don't really want to go super cheap on, although you can, and I'll get to that. But our first pick, probably the recommended pick, is the Ohio Power Bar, and it's the bar I have right here. I've had it for a while, and it's pretty much in the same condition I got it in. A little bit of scrapes, scratches, and everything, but that's to be expected. The other bar I'm going to bring up is the Cap Barbell OB86B, which is the Beast Bar, and that's actually the bar that I started my home gym with. And it's not really a power bar, not really like a weightlifting bar. I think it's supposed to be like a power bar, but there's no center knurling, so if you're really into powerlifting, you're not going to want to hang on to this bar for a very long time. But the good thing about kind of going on the cheaper side of a barbell is you're always kind of gonna need a beater bar in your gym, and that's why I still have mine. I still use it for like landmine work and just random stuff. If I'm doing like deadlifts and somebody else is deadlifting, they can do it. It's a good bar. It has a really good knurling. It's fairly stiff. Definitely not like a stiff power bar, but definitely stiff enough unless you're up in like the 500-600 pound range, you're not really going to notice that much of a difference between a power bar and that Beast Bar from Cap Barbell. So it's a really good alternative if you want to go the cheaper route here and just upgrade down the road. You can get away with it for a pretty long time, maybe forever, if you just really like it. But next we're going to go to weights. Weights are another thing where you don't want to go like the very bottom of the line, because they just eat up the collars or the sleeves on your bar. That's the mistake I made starting out. I got just cast iron plates, and the thing is the tolerance around the bar is there's such a big gap, and they wobble around. Just the edges of the plates really dig into the collars, so that capped barbell that I had, the sleeves are just eaten up where I was doing deadlifts and the plates were just rattling around and digging into the bar. So you don't want to go bottom of the line, but you don't want to go probably like competition kilo plates right out of the gate. You want to find like a happy medium, find a plate that fits the bar pretty well, but it doesn't have to be like super specific, a certain brand. Weight is weight. I always weigh my plates unless they're calibrated. I probably should weigh them if they're calibrated, just to make sure they weigh what they say they weigh, but I trust them. But anyways, plates are gonna be between like 50 cents a pound if you're buying them used, and then like up to $1 a pound. And then if you're buying like brand new nice plates, they could be really expensive. But for the sake of this video, we're gonna split the difference between 50 cents and $1, and we're going to use 75 cents for 500 pounds of plates. So that's a $375 worth of plates. And like I said, the variants, especially if you're trying to buy them used, it could be anything. You could find somebody just giving away free plates. If you wait long enough, check on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, you'll get some really cheap plates. So that could really end up anywhere, but we're just gonna split the difference there. Moving on, we're going to a bench, and basically you have two routes. You can go just a flat bench, do all your basic work. You'll have a bench. You can do anything you want, rows, bench press, obviously. Or you can go incline, which gives you a couple more options. You could do incline bench, obviously. You can do some like shoulder work, laying chest down on the bench. It gives you a lot of options, but the Rep Fitness, they really honestly have the best benches out there on the market, I believe, for their value. And the Rep Fitness FB3000 is their like bottom line flat bench. It's actually the bench I bought almost 5 years ago, and I still use it to this day. It's a great bench. It hasn't changed at all, other than it's worn a little bit on the bottom because I benched on it so long and I put my feet up when I set up to bench. So I just kind of wore that down, but it's got great grip. It's sturdy. It's not super heavy, so it's easy to move around your gym if you're moving in and out of the rack, whatever. But then I'm going to give you an incline option. That would be the Rep AB3100. And that's going to run $189 on Rep Fitness on their website. It's a great value. If you're looking for an incline bench, if you really like incline pressing, you're going to want to go with that. But I'm going to pick the flat bench just because this is a basic home gym, and a flat bench you can do a ton of different things with. You don't really need a incline bench, but that's somewhere you could upgrade, and that AB3100 is a great choice. Lastly, the fifth thing is a platform, and it's just, you really just need a solid surface to lift on, and you're going to want to make sure it's pretty level. You don't have to go super crazy leveling it out, but you want it to be super solid. You don't want it to have give to it, and you want it to be flat. So the bar's not rolling all over the place. You're not squatting on a hill or uphill, downhill, whatever, putting more or less strain on your Achilles, not knowing. So anyways, you're going to need stall mats and plywood, and I just gave $100 budget for that. You can get stall mats for Tractor Supply Company for like $40, $45, and then you can get $50, $65 worth of plywood and put together a platform. And there's a ton of videos out there. I'll try to link some below on how to make a DIY platform, but you can make a 6 by 8 foot platform out of one stall mat and a couple pieces of plywood, and you'll be all set. It's a very sturdy surface. A 3/4 inch stall mat is plenty enough. That's what I deadlift on. I have 3/4 inch stall mat just on concrete. I don't even have a wooden center anymore in my gym, so that's that. But just to recap now, we got our rack. I'm gonna go with the Rogue SML1 for $365. Then the bar, I'm gonna go with the Rogue Ohio Power Bar, just because you're not gonna regret that if you go with that right off the bat. Like I said, you can go the cheaper route and then just upgrade later, hang on to that other barbell, just as a secondary barbell. And then weights, like I said, I'm just giving $375 worth of allowance there for $500, assuming 500 pounds of weight at 75 cents. And then bench, I'm gonna go with the flat bench, the Rogue FB 3000, and then the platform, got $100 left over, and that puts the total right at $1,199. So right at budget, you can get those 5 things and get training. You can get a ton of stuff done. As a home gym owner, you get real creative with all the equipment and what you can do with it, and all the accessories you wouldn't think of if you're just at a gym going to like 5 different machines to do bicep curls. You get real creative real quick, creating different exercises you wouldn't really normally think of, but they get the job done just as well. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully a lot of you go out there and start your own home gym. It's a great thing, and it's always great to have a place to train any time of the day or night. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already.